Stretching over 40,000 kilometers beneath the ocean's surface, Meta's planned fiber-optic subsea cable is poised to redefine global connectivity. This colossal project, estimated to cost over $10 billion, is designed to link the continents in a unique W shape, avoiding geopolitical flashpoints like the Red Sea and the South China Sea. The cable will connect the United States, South Africa, India, and Australia, forming a high-speed digital backbone capable of transmitting terabytes of data every second. Meta, the tech giant behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, accounts for 10% of fixed and 22% of mobile internet traffic worldwide. By owning this cable outright, Meta ensures faster, more reliable service for billions of users while gaining complete control over its data traffic. The cable's fiber optic core, no thicker than a strand of hair, will carry data at near light speeds, buried in layers of steel and polyethylene to withstand the ocean's harshest conditions. But how will Meta overcome the logistical hurdles of laying such an enormous cable across multiple oceans? And could this bold move reshape the very foundation of the internet? Let's find out. Ever wondered how you can video call someone across the globe or stream a movie in seconds? The answer lies deep beneath the oceans, hidden in an intricate network of subsea cables. These cables are the unsung heroes of the internet, silently carrying almost all global data at lightning-fast speeds. Let's break it down. The internet may seem like an invisible force, but it's actually very physical. Data doesn't just float in the cloud, it zips through tiny glass strands in fiber optic cables laid across the ocean floor. Think of these cables as highways for information, connecting continents like an unbroken thread. So, how does it work? Fiber optic cables use laser light to transmit data, emails, videos, and even this text through glass fibers that are thinner than a human hair. These beams of light travel near the speed of light, bouncing within the glass core thanks to a process called total internal reflection. When the signal reaches land, it's decoded into the content you see on your device. But there's more to these cables than just glass fibers. To survive in harsh underwater environments, they're shielded by layers of protective material. Copper carries electricity to amplify the signals along the way, while steel and polyethylene protect against sharp rocks, fishing nets, and even curious sharks. In shallow waters, they're buried under the seabed for extra protection. The concept of subsea cables isn't new. The first transatlantic cable was laid in 1858 to connect the United States and Britain, though it could only transmit a few words per hour. Over the years, technology evolved. Fiber optics replaced copper wires, and cables became capable of carrying terabytes of data, enough to stream millions of videos simultaneously. Here's a surprising fact: about 99% of international data travels through these cables. Satellites may seem like an alternative, but they're slower, less reliable, and much more expensive. Subsea cables remain the fastest, most efficient way to connect the world. Today, nearly 500 subsea cables stretch over 1.2 million kilometers, long enough to circle the Earth 30 times. These cables connect major cities and remote corners, making global communication possible. But they face challenges like natural disasters, accidents, and even geopolitical tensions. Now, one question remains. What happens when a tech giant like Meta decides to build the longest, most ambitious subsea cable ever? The answer lies in a bold $10 billion vision to revolutionize global internet infrastructure. Let's explore what this project means, how it's designed, and the challenges involved. Meta's plan is nothing short of groundbreaking. Imagine a fiber optic cable stretching over 40,000 kilometers, a distance enough to circle the Earth and then some. This isn't just any cable, it's a privately owned system designed solely for Meta's use. Why would Meta invest such a staggering amount in this project? The answer is as complex as the ocean floor it will traverse. First, let's talk about data. Meta is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, platforms that billions of people use daily. Together, these platforms account for 10% of all fixed internet traffic and 22% of mobile traffic worldwide. This usage is growing, fueled by Meta's advancements in artificial intelligence, immersive technologies, and global expansion. With so much reliance on data, Meta can't afford to depend entirely on existing cables owned by consortiums or telecom companies. That's where owning their infrastructure becomes critical. The cable's planned route is designed with efficiency and safety in mind. It will start on the east coast of the United States, run to South Africa, connect to India, and finally return to the west coast of the United States via Australia. This W-shaped design isn't just about connecting continents, it's also about avoiding risky areas. The Red Sea, South China Sea, Straits of Malacca, and other regions with geopolitical tension or natural hazards are purposefully left out of the equation. By choosing safer routes, Meta aims to minimize the risks of damage and ensure uninterrupted service. But how does Meta plan to build such a massive cable? Fiber optic cables aren't something you can order off the shelf. Each one is custom-made for the specific conditions of the seabed it will rest on. Manufacturing begins with ultra-thin glass fibers bundled into strands. These fibers are the lifeline of the cable, carrying data at nearly the speed of light. To protect them, layers of copper, steel, and polyethylene are added, making the cable as tough as it is efficient. Laying the cable is a massive undertaking. Specialized ships, some over 150 meters long, carry thousands of kilometers of coiled cable in their holds. These ships move at a slow pace, around 10 kilometers per hour, while carefully feeding the cable onto the ocean floor. In shallow waters, an underwater plow buries the cable for added protection, while in deeper regions, the cable rests directly on the seabed. This process can take years to complete, especially for a project as extensive as Meta's. One challenge Meta faces is the limited availability of resources. Companies like Subcom, which specialize in building and deploying subsea cables, are already booked for years ahead with projects for Google and other tech giants. This shortage of cable-laying ships and skilled labor could delay Meta's timeline. To overcome this, experts suggest Meta might build the cable in segments, completing one section at a time. Now, let's dive into why Meta wants sole ownership of this cable. Owning the infrastructure means Meta has complete control over its data traffic. Instead of sharing bandwidth with other companies, Meta can prioritize its platforms and ensure faster, more reliable service for its users. This is especially important as Meta expands into emerging markets like India, where demand for its services is skyrocketing. India already has the highest number of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp users globally, and its rapidly growing digital economy makes it a critical hub for Meta's operations. But there's another layer to this story: artificial intelligence. Meta's AI systems require massive amounts of data for training and operation. By linking its subsea cable to data centers in India, Meta could leverage the country's lower costs for computing power and build a global AI training hub. This move would not only save money, but also position Meta as a leader in AI innovation. Geopolitical factors also play a significant role. Recent incidents, such as the suspected sabotage of undersea cables in the Baltic Sea and Red Sea, highlight the vulnerability of global internet infrastructure. By avoiding high-risk regions and owning its cable, Meta can reduce the chances of disruptions caused by political conflicts or natural disasters. The financial implications are equally compelling. While the initial investment of $10 billion is enormous, the long-term benefits could far outweigh the costs. Meta could save on data transmission fees and potentially lease unused bandwidth to other companies, creating a new revenue stream. This model mirrors Google's approach, where it owns several subsea cables and opens them to external users for a fee. Meta's cable also represents a shift in how the internet is built and maintained. Traditionally, telecom companies managed subsea networks, with multiple stakeholders sharing the costs and capacity. Now, tech giants like Meta and Google are taking matters into their own hands, building private networks tailored to their needs. This trend reflects the growing influence of big tech in shaping global infrastructure. However, such a massive project doesn't come without risks. The construction process is fraught with challenges, from unpredictable weather to technical failures. Cables must withstand extreme ocean conditions, including heavy currents, sharp rocks, and potential interference from fishing activities or marine life. Each segment of the cable must be tested rigorously to ensure it can last up to 25 years under these conditions. Once completed, the cable will transform how Meta delivers its services. Users could experience faster load times, higher quality video streaming, and more reliable connections, even in remote areas. The cable's capacity to carry terabytes of data per second could support Meta's vision for a more connected world, where virtual reality, AI, and other technologies are seamlessly integrated into everyday life. So what's next for Meta's ambitious project? While it's still in the planning stages, the company is expected to reveal more details in 2025. By then, we'll likely learn about the cable's exact specifications, deployment timeline, and potential impact on the global internet landscape. Do you think if Meta succeeds in building this unprecedented cable, it could change how the entire internet operates? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for updates on this groundbreaking project.